Alright everybody, we are back again with the Clash of Titans. Here we got Frankenstain, now the number one, and Tony 97, former number one, just had one game that flipped those two Titans. Now let's dive into the gameplay. Here we're seeing the structure, showing the 4 of 5 senators being revealed, and 3 of the 4 that are revealed are conspirators, only 1 being a white senator. Also, we have this Senate chamber that'll be really important in this game. And then Knossos. Okay, Knossos is a very important wonder, probably going to be the first pick. My guess is Frankenstain going to take Knossos, and then going to place a cube in that chamber. And then the moves will be Frankenstain takes the wood reserve. Tony's going to block the right section, and then Frankenstain going to probably, just like last game, have a monopoly with wood. And then they end up revealing 2 cards. They probably don't want to reveal 2 cards. Well, we'll see how this ends up playing out. But likely, whoever takes Knossos is going to end up with pyramids. The worst of the wonders. And we will see how this all plays out. Okay, so those are my predictions going in, and we are going to do this real time. So one turn after another turn, unlike the last game, just to speed things up a bit. So let's go. First turn, Frankenstain taking Knossos. Where are they going to put the cube? They're going to put it right there on the Senate place that I thought they would take it. Tony. Oh, Tony taking pyramids. Interesting. Why would you take pyramids? I thought that was the worst one. Okay, Temple of Artemis taken, and of course the number 2 and number 3 best wonders, Hanging Gardens and Piraeus of the base game, are taken by Frankenstain. Okay, but that pyramids move, that really bugged me out. And then also a move from Frankenstain to take that gray. What in the world is going on? Okay, that cube, where's that cube gonna go? Probably gonna compete with Frankenstain there. But why take a gray first? Why not? There's something about the meta that I just don't understand. But anyways, they do eventually end up getting that wood reserve. Maybe they thought that they would just be able to get it anyways. Unclear here. Alright, that science is free if Frankenstein's going to end up going science. Maybe they end up doing that? Nope, they just want to continue with their clay love of clay. They really loved clay in the last game. Tony went science last game. This time Tony again going science. I wonder if they get the other linking symbol science. Of the 4 science symbols, I think that linking symbol, very, very important. Frankenstain going to put a Mesopotamian close to themselves after Tony 97 has placed a Roman close to Frankenstain. I wonder if it was an Anki probably to get theology. They could use theology to get the Great Library and Knossos. I'm thinking Frankenstain should have ended it with pyramids. Why did they get Great Library? I have no idea. But maybe it'll pay off. Maybe it won't even have a factor in this game. Maybe the game doesn't even build either of those wonders. But oh, very important to point that out. The Tavern take from Frankenstain. Getting Tavern, super, really important. And then putting the Phoenician God close to your opponent. Phoenician Gods are good, especially as money is important in this game. Money's going to be really tight for Tony. They just barely got their first yellow card. But allowing those Phoenician Gods allow you to get more money, so maybe they won't be suffering as much with that. Frankenstain throwing them a bone. No blue cards for Tony, so only got to put 1 cube out there, made the science cards cheaper. They're going to do a 2 flip, and hopefully they get 1 good option of these 2 options that they're going to flip and reveal. It's very sad when you have to do the 2 flip, but hopefully they get something good. Frankenstein's obviously going to take the best. Okay, Frankenstain took the best, and there's the worst right there for, for poor Tony. Now, and Frankenstain going to take the best, and they do have that Senate chamber secured. That is 2 cubes that they're going to be able to play out, and doubling down, tripling down, if I might say, for that +2 blue Senate decree. Now, Tony is going to decide if Ra's going to be in this game or not. Potentially they had that decision. They're going to put it far away from themselves, so maybe allowing the gate to be They know what they're going to get from the gate. They also know what they might get from 2 other Pantheon divinities. They just don't know the Greek, and they don't know the other one. But anyways, so taking a conspiracy, this is really key. I wonder which one they end up getting. Oh, that's a hidden information from us, because we're only seeing Frankenstein's point of view. Alright, so that's the thing with Board Game Arena. You can only see one point of view. Now, I wish there was a way to pause and look, but alright, there's just so much as far as important information going on right here. Wow. Okay, so here's the gods. And yeah, taking this senator location. Again, another senator location. Wow, so gonna control the Senate. Frankenstein's hoping to pull that off. Now, Tony going for that science strategy. Instead of taking the brewery, very interesting move. Tony's only at 4 coins right now, so that's really a tough spot to be in. They were able to grab the customs house. I think, yeah, you can't let, Frankenstein can't let that feather be taken. They're going to discard that, but still, Tony 97 is going to be able to take anything they wanted. They chose to leave law out there, take economy. Interesting. They're sitting at 1 coin, so they're thinking, I need the coins. Frankenstein gets an offering token -2. Maybe they use that for a divinity. Tony copying that with a -3, and each of them discarding cards like crazy. Frankenstein going to grab the gate. Frankenstein only knows what 2 of those gods are for the gate, so they get Ra. They didn't know if it would be Ra or not, but they got it. And now they take Temple of Artemis from Tony. Really great steal. We saw a killer move of Temple of Artemis in the first game. We'll see what Frankenstein does here. But blocking the military win, Tony 97 blocks that, and also helping themselves out politically by blocking that before the very first military token is taken. There's only 1 science that Tony needs left, and as far as securing a science victory, and I guess they're not going to take it. They prepared a conspiracy with the drawing room. I'm not sure why they did that. Okay. I mean, that science is right there. I wonder if they just really need to pull off this conspiracy. Is that going to come out pretty quickly? Why not take that science? I just don't understand it. Well, Great Library is going to be triggered. Yep. And Polyceretics, so that's all you get from Great Library being triggered there. Not the best, but hey, I guess you take what you can get. Alright, a push in coins from Frankenstain. Going back and forth. Yeah, that conflict pawn just wiggling back and forth, back and forth. Finally, Astarte taken, and Tony, with only 2 coins now, actually has 9 coins. It's going to be helpful. Going for more coins from a progress token with Frankenstein doing that. They could have chosen 7 points. I think that was the other option, but they chose to get 6 coins, so they're sitting at 14. Coins are just so important in this mid-game. Ooh, bled out 2 points with Astarte. Had to do that to build Sphinx, because they needed to make sure that they grabbed that military. They didn't want to be losing in military. They don't want to lose politically. This may end up coming down to a political victory. Really love Frankenstein's economy here. Although Tony 97's got all their bases covered as well, thanks to the Customs House. Beautiful card. Brewery and Customs House, just the best cards in H2, I feel. Alright, so boom and boom. There we have a Senate win from Frankenstein. Whoa, alright. Wait, no. They're missing 1 more Senate location. I didn't realize that. That middle one. Middle left. And that was contested, but now it's fully controlled by Tony. Boom. A 2-push Polyceretics coming into play, taking away Tony's last coin. And ISIS going to be triggered to grab, make the military even and get rid of that wood. So no No wood monopoly for Frankenstain. Frankenstain really pulling the monopoly moves here. Is Tony just not going to win in science, I guess? They've lost Ishtar now. Frankenstain has 1 of 6 science token symbols, so maybe they go for science. No, not going to happen. All right. So, preparing for age 1, Frankenstein is going to choose who goes first. They're going to probably want to just really fight in military right now. Take away coins. So that's the 4th coin, I think, that has been taken due to polyceretics. And they're going to tie it up with that Senate location. And all they need to do is use Knossos. Oh! Oh, okay. Alright. So, move my head out of the way. Knossos gets destroyed because of that move right there. Wow. You guys remember Knossos being there. Okay. So, with Knossos being taken out, the game really... okay, it didn't matter. Anyways, Frankenstein wins in political supremacy. Anyways, they were able to destroy a cube with that military card. So, a last-ditch effort to take out Knossos, but it wasn't enough. That military card, which one was it? Looking at the log here, yeah, they ended up taking this one right here, the fortifications, and then bam, and ended it right there. So military kind of has some synergy with politics. And so first win, a military from Frankenstein. Second win, a political win. I think we have enough time to go into game 3 here. All right, so we're going to end this one and then plop on over. Looking at game 3. Okay. Moving on to game 3. This is your little intermission. Okay. Here we are, game 3. Too exciting for us, too exciting. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so here we are, and Tony 97, this time they're going to start. Let's check the elo that was lost and gained right there. So Frankenstein 857, Tony still above 800s, and we'll see how this ends up playing out. Right. So Tony going to start. I'm thinking as soon as we click the play button, we just start going. So let's really flesh this game out. We got Curia Julia is going to be the first one taken by Tony, I'd imagine. Let's look at the politicians. 3 face up, 2 are white. So this one degree token going to be a little bit more important potentially because those 2 face down could also be white ones. And then this one I really like, this decree token. It allows you to have the free reserves, and there's 2 face up as far as reserves, and any of those other face down cards could be the wood reserve, which is a very important one for any of the wonders that use 2 wood. Great Library and Piraeus both using 2 wood. And I'm thinking Frankenstein still is going to take the Sanctuary, but I'm not sure. Maybe they take the Great Library. It would seem that the Great Library was just gifted to Frankenstein in that last game we just barely watched, so we'll see how that goes. I don't want to miss out on anything else as far as analysis. We are looking at from Frankenstein's point of view, so we will not be able to see that conspiracy that Curia Julia gets. Let's see how this ends up playing out. I think the first card taken from the structure is going to be the Stone Reserve. And then from there, maybe that +2 is taken with the Conspirator. But I could be wrong. Maybe the Stone Reserve is not the first to be taken. It could be the +2 gets taken, and then the right section gets taken, and then somebody blocks the right section from making it, or blocks the free Stone Reserve. But with that, we are going into game number 3. All right, Corellia Julia, first one to be taken. See what conspiracy that might be. Who knows? They're going to put it back. They're going to put it on the bottom of the deck, whichever one that was. So it must have been a really powerful one, or maybe not a powerful one. And they were just hoping not to uh, give something to their opponent if it was a powerful one. But in any case, Pyramids is the last wonder this time. And Frankenstain does end up with Sanctuary. They chose to take both extra turns. But in the next stage, they get Divine Theater, so that's powerful. First one taken, that called it, knew that +2 blue, really important to grab. And then the next one, going to make sure that the reserves are free for them, called that one. And then the next one, Tony not letting him get a free one. And now Tony is going to... Okay, Frankenstein takes a wood. Tony not wanting to take a science that would reveal the tavern. Who's going to get that tavern? A tavern's a huge predictor in who's going to win. Alright, so Tony places the Roman divinity close to Frankenstein. Are they going to place Mars close to them, or what is the plan there? We'll see. It seems that... Tony is sitting at 3 blue, so 3 blue is going to help them out. Frankenstein having the logging camp now, so they have yet again having a monopoly on wood. They've gone monopoly on wood for 2 of 3 games so far. Yeah, it would seem that that's a good way to play because it's worked out for them so far. Again, taking a brown card. Tony saying, all right, I'm going to make sure I have enough stone to pull off what I want to do, maybe an Appian Way. I'm not sure why I personally would have discarded the stone, because I already have the reserve, but maybe at this higher level of play you want to make sure that the opponent's Pyramids and Sanctuary are a little more expensive. Just, 1 and 2 coins more expensive. Tony going to take Politicians and gets to place 2 out there. I wonder if they double down on the most important one they do. And then, whoa, tripling down. Yes, they are able to place out 3 cubes. So that's really key. The entire middle of the Senate likely won't be able to be taken by Frankenstein for the rest of the game. And then Frankenstein going to cover the other side of the Senate and reveals... Oh, it is the military. Okay, so probably not going to take effect in Age 1. You don't really grab military cards in Age 1. We'll see how this ends up playing out. Okay, so the feather being taken by Tony. So Tony once again going science. And right here, yes, it makes sense. They have 2 coins left. That's going to be enough to afford the science underneath. Are they going to give up their last coin to do so? Yes, they will. Wait, actually, it's free. It's free for them because they have that Senate decree. And Frankenstein going to get a conspirator. Are they going to just take from the top 2 of the deck? Yeah, they chose the conspiracy. Oh, this is a very powerful conspiracy. We'll highlight this one right here. It's going to allow them to have really strong power in the Senate. So placing a cube, removing a cube, and then moving a cube. And now they're going to use an extra turn to take that first player trick so that Frankenstein can be first, which actually becomes a second player trick in the Agora expansion that is added. Adding those 5 Senator cards offsets the construction. Okay, so Frankenstein going to take either another conspiracy, or they're going to attack the Senate. Are they going to take another conspiracy? They are. Okay, so they like those conspiracies. I guess the top players like to play with conspiracies. Nobody really has enough coins to activate a gate yet. So Anki getting activated, probably going to take, the agriculture. It doesn't make sense to take economy because Frankenstein's economy is just incredible. They won't have to worry about giving away too many coins to the opponent. But we can take a look at that throughout the game and see how much coins are given, would have been given from Frankenstein to Tony. Alright. Taking Astarte from pretty far away, spending 6 coins to get 7 coins. That's a lot. Wow. Okay, so everybody's stalling. Nobody wants to reveal anything, so it's just God card after God card after God card. Not really wanting to reveal anything, and boom, the gate is taken, and Ra is out there, and Korea Julia gets taken away. So still 2 extra turns versus 2 extra turns. Can't forget about the Divine Theater of Frankenstein, so powerful. Frankenstein going to take a single shield that they can afford, and it gives them some coins. But Tony not responding with any shields from them. Tony going to take a white politician and going to start moving and encroaching on the other Senate areas of Frankenstein, just moving into that right section. This area control game of moving cubes around, I just love it. I didn't even think I liked area control games, but this is my area control game I like. Seven Wonders Duel with the Agora expansion. Okay, a double symbol is taken. That's important. And strategy. Strategy is the reward for that double symbol. That's going to really help Tony because they are losing in military. And bam, the first small military token taken out on Tony's side, allowing Frankenstein to put a Senate cube way far on the other end there. Tony 97 giving up or giving some coins to Frankenstein by taking the customs house, but that was so necessary. Second game that Tony has taken a customs house. Really important to make sure that you're not suffering in gray cards, and that's actually a good way to play. If somebody always grabs the gray cards, you just grab the customs house. A very good way to get back at them. Every single time a yellow or a red is taken, Frankenstein getting a payout of it. This time in 2 coins, and even blues. Is there a blue payout? I see. Yes. So even getting a payout in blue cards. All right. So the conspiracies of Tony 97 is already prepared, and Frankenstein doesn't need to worry about their conspiracies because they can use Korea Julia to activate one of them. Both of them having a lot of blue cards, so if there are any white senators in H3, those will come into play hugely for both players, but both are grabbing blue cards, which are going to help in points and help in politics. So, yeah, it would appear that a point strategy and a military strategy have synergies with this political victory and grabbing these senator areas. Frankenstein lost control of Senate Chamber 6 as the competition there fights on. We'll see Frankenstein placing a Minerva just right there, not letting that strategy token have any effect for the next time a military card is taken. Very powerful move there. That's what you want to do if you have an opponent who has some military strength there. And yeah, Tony, are they going to build the military? They are going to. And what a waste! Like they that Minerva was perfectly placed to remove 3 whole points of shields. Korea Julia triggering the steal. Okay, not wanting to trigger the turn of events, or the not the turn of events, the political maneuver. Okay, and what god is going to be taken from Frankenstein building that divine theater? Let's see. I think since they're both feeling that it's going to come down to points, they are both really pushing in to build all of their wonders very quickly. I would imagine that the next move is to prohibit a pyramids from being built, with Tony 97 building both of their wonders. All right, returning that conspiracy card to the top of the deck there. All right, if there's no good first move, it would make sense to deny pyramids, and Tony is going to start. No, the good first move is to capitalize on some points. Interesting that Frankenstein takes a science, but maybe they're hoping that science supports them in getting some points there. Maybe they get philosophy. All right, so a huge 3 push from Frankenstein. This game is not going to be won by military, at least not by Tony. When you lose that much as far as ground and military, It'd be very difficult to pull off. All right, so Anubis triggered. We talked about that, allowing for Korea Julie to be played again. I wonder if the political maneuver happens, but I'm still predicting a points win right here. Yeah, it won't be political. It may come down to military here. Okay, let's see. Given Frankenstein some money for another military card. Coins are 4 to 14, and really struggling back and forth with points. 25 to 20 right now as far as non-endgame points. And then don't forget the Astarte that Tony has. I don't think we're going to see some big, huge final end to this game. I think they're each playing each other really well as far as the Senate, as far as military, as far as how everything's going. Yeah, and with Tony taking that, moving up 2, no, actually 3 with the strategy token. Yeah, no military is going to end it. It looks like Frankenstein is going to have a huge lead in points because they're sitting at 37 points. Oh my gosh. 37 coins, I should say. Yeah, 37 coins. Just incredible. Tons of coins there. Do they need that much as far as coins? Probably not. Okay, so Great Library ends up getting built. Maybe the right move from Frankenstein is to build pyramids at the first chance they get, but right now they're going to take the philosophy, and it's game over right there. I think that just sealed the deal. With the 7 bonus points and the 3 points from that science, a 10-point jump, it doesn't make sense for Frankenstein to lose in points, and that's going to be the closer right there. Yeah, game over right there. Nothing really that Tony can do. Just take on down the pyramid. And that's how these points wins work. They just take down the pyramid and see how it shuffles out at the end. When you're at 31 points to 51, sure you have a advantage with the purple cards having 7 more points in purple, but and 1 more point in Astarte coin. There's just not a lot of endgame points for Tony, unfortunately, for them. And allowing pyramids to get built, I mean, that's you're really gonna lose in points at that point. Yeah, the political mover never got or no, it did get triggered earlier. We saw that. Oh, using obscurantism to take away the 7 points. Will that be enough? I think probably not, but let's see how this ends up playing out. Yeah, losing the 7. Yeah, losing the 7 points. Just not enough. Okay. So a lot of things happened there that I wasn't even able to talk too much. But yeah, Frankenstein winning by almost double points. There was a point in the game where this conspiracy was triggered, and they moved it to this side, but it ended up not mattering because Frankenstein ended up moving their cubes over. So that's always fun to see there. But so that was game 3. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. We're going to go on to the next video, and I'll decide when I get there if I want to do a step-by-step one or if we're going to do a quick run through like we did this time. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.